Hi, I'm John Waldman from Fluid Mechanics, and we're going to go over today FM energy systems. And we're going to specifically start with what's called Discover FM Energy System. So it's the first book in the series, and there's a total of 5 books. And so the first thing that we want to do is have you start off with getting in the water, and we want you to do a short practice just so that you can get a feeling for some of your current habits and practices during a workout. So the first thing that we want to do is we're going to do a warm-up. So you jump in the water, you're going to do a warm-up, you're going to do 4 times 75, swim on the first 75, then pull on the second one, kick on the third one, and swim again on the last one. They're all freestyle and there's no stopping, so you just want to swim through that as you normally would in practice. And then you want to write down what your heart rate was at the end. So take your heart rate for 6 seconds and then put it down so you know how many thumps, right? That's your heartbeat going, and you're going to put it down on the paper so you know what your normal heart rate is during a warm-up set. Then again, this is a very brief short workout, but we just want to get a kind of a baseline from where you're starting from. The next step is you're going to swim a distance swim 1-400, right? And again, freestyle, and it's all non-stop. And then at the end, take a heart rate. Okay, from there, so that's a second set. Third set is going to be 4 50s, 15 seconds rest. Okay, and then again, freestyle. So we're going to be doing what's called an interval set. So 4 50s with 15 seconds rest in between each, freestyle. Then move to 4 25s. Again, 60 seconds rest in this case. So 4 25s with 60 seconds rest in between each. That's going to be a lot of rest, and you want to do your stroke, whatever that specialty stroke is. If you're freestyle, do freestyle. If you're a backstroker, do backstroke, right? Whatever you want to focus on there. And then after that, you want to do 4 25 sprint with 20 seconds rest in between each bout, okay? And then that's going to be choice. So you choose what you want to swim. If you're a breaststroker, you can still swim backstroke, whatever you'd like to. So again, 4 times 25. And the last one is going to be 150. And you're just going to do it no butterfly, just relax and nice and easy. That's a cool down. So one more time, we're going to do 4 75s for a warm-up, 1 400, and that's going to be a distance swim. Then we're going to do an interval swim of 4 50s with 15 seconds rest. All of those above are freestyle. Then we're going to go 4 25s with 60 seconds rest, your stroke. That's what's called repetition. And then you're going to go to sprint, 4 times 25, 20 seconds rest, and that's going to be choice. And then you're going to do 150 down easy with no butterfly. Okay. Then from there, we want to find out, and I want to ask you a few questions. So once you accomplish that, what I would do is I kind of pause the video right now and then go swim that, then come back and watch this. And then you're going to learn a lot more because you'll have a baseline to start with. Okay, and I'm going to just give you a few questions to ask yourself and see if you can answer those questions. And if you can answer those questions, that'll mean that you're more able, if this makes sense, to understand energy system. You're just kind of finding where your information and knowledge level is. So the first one is, what should the maximum heart rate be during warm-up? Okay, what's the maximum heart rate during warm-up? And if you can answer that question, that's great. And then how long is the rest interval in an interval set? And what should it be? Within how many yards should you achieve your target heart rate during a training set? What's the purpose of cool down? What energy system is predominantly used during distance-based activities? And your last question, if you have these, is what are the 6 training phases of the season? Now, if you know all of those, then you're doing really well. You got a great starting point. If you missed a lot of them, then you know you've got a lot of opportunity to get better. And that's what we're looking for, to see how we can help you understand your training so that you can go into your practice with your coach. And the coach puts a team practice up and you can dig more out of it. You don't want to just do the practice, right? It's not just doing what everybody else is doing. We want to get the quality out of each thing so we really know what we're doing inside of practice, right? And that way you can get more and more out of it. Because if you, and it's really important to understand, if you do what everybody else does, you're going to get what everybody else gets. If you do something different, and to get something different, you want to think differently, act differently, And then what will happen is eventually you will get something back, a different return. And that's what you're looking for, so that you could get better than your competition. Now, why you would need this program again is to understand thoroughly how to dig more out of there. With fluid mechanics, you're going to get our expert trainers, and they are absolutely fantastic at what they do. You're going to get event-specific training. So let's say you want to do 200 breaststroke. That's going to be very different training than somebody who's doing a 500 free or a 50 free. These are different forms of training. You need to understand more how to squeeze that same workout, squeeze what you need out of that same workout. Okay, and then you're also going to get personally trained or tailored workouts. So you got personally tailored workouts. That means you go into your practice and you can tailor that workout. Now, if you're working out on your own, you can design your own practice. But if you, and again, this will help you tremendously to do that. But if you're swimming with a team, then you're going to need to be able to take whatever's there and mold it and bend it to what you need it to be. And if you don't know how to do that, then that's where we get in trouble, because we can't squeeze out what we need out of that. Okay, so, and let me just also say that endless laps are not the solution. Going back and forth in the pool and just going back and forth in the pool, it does not do what you need it to do if you want to be a high performance swimmer and you really want to be good at what you do. So to get really great at what you do, that's why you're going to need this type of information. So the first thing you want to do is